Gentlemen, let me start by telling you something. Most men never truly understand music. And because they never understand it, they lose emotional connection. They lose intimacy. They lose closeness, often without realizing why. There is not just one way to touch a woman. There are specific areas of her body that trigger deep emotional responses long before her body ever reacts physically, long before desire becomes visible, long before attraction becomes obvious. And here's the truth. Most men only know 2 or 3 of them. If that they touch based on instinct, based on movies, based on assumption, based on guesswork, not psychology, not emotional intelligence, not real understanding. I'm a relationship psychologist. And for over 20 years, I've worked with couples at every stage of life. Young couples, long-term marriages, couples in crisis, couples rebuilding, couples rediscovering each other. And today I'm going to share what I wish I could have explained clearly to every man who ever sat across from me in my office. No unnecessary theory, music, no empty promises, no false confidence. Just what psychology, music, neuroscience, and real-life experience have consistently shown. Before we go any further, let me ask you a simple question. Do you really know where and how a woman wants to be touched? And I'm not talking about the obvious places most men think of. I'm talking about the places that open her emotionally. Music, the gestures that make her feel seen, the touches that make her feel understood before her body even responds. Many men tell me, music, I know my partner very well. I understand her. We're close. Music. Yet, when I ask them this question, silence usually follows. Why? Because no one ever explained this to you properly. There is no instruction manual, no class, no guidance. Not quite music. And women, even when they feel these needs deeply, don't always express them in words. Instead, they communicate through posture, through their eyes, through breathing, through subtle gestures, through tiny reactions that many men completely miss. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 7 key zones. But understand this clearly. These are not just parts of the body. They are emotional gateways, psychological doorways, pathways to trust. If you understand them, and more importantly, if you understand how to approach them, your partner's response will change profoundly. Your hands will stop being just hands. They will become a language of connection, a language of reassurance, a language of emotional safety. After more than 2 decades working with couples, one conclusion keeps repeating itself. Most men act on instinct. Music, they believe that touching the right place automatically creates pleasure. But for women, pleasure does not begin mechanically. It begins emotionally. Music. It begins with safety, with presence, with intention, with awareness. Many men believe they are doing the right thing. Music. They mean well, they care, they try. But from the woman's perspective, the contact often feels one-sided, disconnected, rushed, empty. You may have asked yourself, why doesn't she react the way she used to? Why does her response feel different now? Why does she seem distant? Why does intimacy feel weaker? The answer is simpler than you think. What men take for granted, music, rarely creates emotion for women. Women don't respond to stimulation alone. They respond to intention, awareness, presence, emotional honesty. Music. When a woman feels with her entire being that you genuinely care, her body follows naturally, effortlessly. But here's the challenge. Women don't always tell you what they need. They show it. One former patient once told me something that stayed with me. She said, "Don't touch me just to touch me. Let me feel that you're really there first." That sentence holds the essence of what many women feel. This isn't about physical contact. It's about opening a psychological door first. Before touching her body, you touch her sense of safety. Zone 1, the hands. I'm starting with a zone most men underestimate: the hands. A woman's hands are directly connected, music, to her emotional world. When you hold them slowly, gently, with awareness, you're touching far more than skin. A soft stroke along her fingers, a calm, warm pressure in her palm, a relaxed grip can create a deep sense of being understood, of being valued, of being emotionally held. In my practice, I've observed something very clear. Couples who continue holding hands even after decades together maintain stronger emotional bonds. Music, this is not coincidence. Hand contact releases oxytocin, the hormone of trust, the hormone of attachment, the hormone of connection. It tells her nervous system, you are safe. You are supported. You are not alone. One important detail many men overlook. Several women have told me this directly. Neglected hands, cold music hands, rough hands, dirty hands completely break the moment. Clean, warm, well-groomed hands make a significant difference. They communicate respect before you even touch her. Zone 2, the nape of the neck. The second zone is the nape of the neck, right at the hairline where the neck meets the scalp. This is where tension accumulates unconsciously. Music, stress, responsibility, emotional weight, daily pressure. It all gathers here. Most women carry more emotional labor than they admit. Music, they think, they plan, they worry, they manage, they hold things together, and this tension lives in their neck. When you touch this area slowly, gently, music, without words, without expectation, without agenda, her body begins to relax music immediately. This is not a zone of stimulation. It is a zone of soothing, of music trust, of emotional safety. It tells her nervous system, you can rest. You don't have to carry everything right now. I'm here. I remember a man in his late 50s who felt emotionally invisible in his marriage. He loved his wife but felt unseen, unwanted, disconnected. One evening, without any goal, without any expectation, music, he placed his hand gently on her neck. While she stood at the window, he didn't, music, say anything. He didn't ask for anything. He didn't move further. She stopped. She exhaled. Her shoulders dropped. And then she turned toward him. That simple gesture reopened something they had lost. Not because it was sexual, because it was sincere. Zone 3, the lower back between waist and hips. The third zone is the lower back between the waist and the hips. This area represents stability, support, music grounding, security. When you place your hands here gently, warmly, music, without holding, without restraining, without controlling, music, you send a powerful message. I'm here. You're safe. You're free. I'm not trying to take. I'm here to support. This is one of the most emotionally reassuring touches, especially in everyday moments. Not just in intimate music settings, in the kitchen, in the morning, in silence, while she's making coffee, while she's looking out the window, while she's tired, your chest against her back, your hands steady, present, alive. No words needed, no performance required, no pressure. This touch says you don't have to be music strong right now. I've got you. Many women feel strongest emotional closeness in these quiet moments. Not in dramatic ones, not in planned ones, but in simple presence. Here's where many men fail. Music, they rush. They move too fast. They skip emotional zones. They jump ahead physically without building safety first. And when that happens, her body closes, her mind guards, music, her heart withdraws. Not because she doesn't care, because she doesn't feel emotionally held. These zones build a bridge. Without them, nothing meaningful lasts. Zone 4, behind the ear, beneath the jawline. The fourth music zone is behind the ear, beneath the jawline. This area is highly sensitive, neurologically, emotionally, psychologically. Music contains thousands of nerve endings. It is close to her face, close to her breath, close to her voice, which makes it deeply personal. This zone is only accessible when trust already exists. And music. If you approach it too fast, too roughly, too carelessly, it closes music instantly. Her body pulls away. Her mind guards itself. But when approached correctly, music, with warmth, with lightness, with patience, it opens. A gentle brush, a soft stroke, a warm fingertip. Nothing rushed, nothing demanding. One woman once told me, this touch didn't make me feel desired. It made me feel valued. And for many women, that comes first. Before desire, before passion, before intimacy, music, feeling valued, feeling respected, feeling emotionally chosen. Zone 5, between the shoulder blades. The fifth music zone is between the shoulder blades. This is one of the most overlooked areas, music, yet one of the most powerful. Psychologically, it represents protection, music support, reassurance. It is a place she cannot see herself. She cannot monitor it. She cannot control it. So when you touch it gently, you are entering a space of trust. When you rest your hand there warmly, music calmly, steadily, you communicate. I'm watching over you. You're safe here. You don't have to be alert. Her nervous system responds immediately. Breathing slows. Muscles soften. Mental tension drops. Her mind feels held. And music. This touch is not sexual, and that is exactly why it is powerful. It is pure care, pure music presence, pure emotional grounding. Many women associate this touch with feeling emotionally protected, and emotional protection creates deep attachment. Music. Here is something important. Most men underestimate non-sexual touch. They think attraction is built through intensity, through excitement, through boldness. But for women, attachment is built through safety, music consistency, gentleness, reliability. These zones communicate, I'm not here to use you. I'm here to connect with you. In music. And when she feels that, her heart opens naturally. Zone music 6, inner thighs near the knees. The sixth zone is the inner thighs near the knees. Let me be very clear. This is not about intimate areas. This is not about crossing boundaries. This is a transitional zone, a psychological bridge. Close music, but respectful, suggestive, but safe, emotionally meaningful, without pressure. When approached slowly, music with awareness, with patience, it sends a powerful message. I'm close. I'm present. Music, I respect your pace. I'm not rushing you. I'm listening to you. Many men skip this zone. They jump ahead. Music, they move too fast. They assume readiness. And that is where emotional trust breaks. Because for women, pace equals safety, and safety, music equals desire. When she feels you respect her rhythm, her body relaxes, her mind opens, her heart stays engaged. Zone music 7, lower abdomen around the Navl. The 7th zone, music, is the lower abdomen around the Navl. This is often the most surprising one because it is not talked about. Music, it is not obvious. It is not commonly understood. This area is where instinct and emotion meet. It is connected to vulnerability, to self-image, to emotional memory, to trust, to surrender. This zone requires absolute sincerity. No performance, no agenda. Music, no manipulation. Place your hand there slowly, warmly, respectfully, as if handling something precious, music, because that is exactly what it is. When a woman allows this touch, she is offering more than her body. She is offering her inner world, her emotional openness, her trust, her vulnerability, her sense of safety with you. This is not about dominance. It is about reverence. Music, it is about emotional presence. It is about care. Why do these zones matter so much? Because women do not process touch only physically. And music, they process it emotionally, neurologically, psychologically. Studies in neuroscience show that music female skin receptors are more sensitive. They send stronger signals to emotional centers of the brain. These areas trigger oxytocin release, the hormone of trust, the hormone of bonding, the hormone of emotional openness. These are not erogenous zones. They are emotional sensors. They tell her nervous system this person is safe. This person is attentive. This person cares. This person respects me. Music. And when her body believes that, desire follows naturally. Now, let me make this practical. Slow down. Always observe her reactions. Watch her breathing. Notice her posture. Feel her energy. Use these touches in everyday moments, not only in romantic settings. Be consistent, not intense. Be present, not distracted. Put your phone away. Be mentally there, emotionally there. One man told me recently, I didn't know what changed, but she felt closer. Music, that's the point. Women don't always analyze change. They feel it, music, in their body, in their heart, in their emotional world. These 7 zones are not buttons. They are doors. Each time you touch them with sincerity, you are saying, I see you. Music, I respect you. You matter. I'm here to connect. And that is what women truly want. Not performance, music, not pressure, not techniques, connection, presence, emotional safety, understanding. It is never too late to begin again. Sometimes one conscious touch, one sincere moment, one emotionally present gesture can open an entirely new chapter in your relationship, in your connection, in your intimacy. If this video helped you see intimacy differently, music, press the like button. Subscribe to Dark Psychology for more insights into attraction, relationships, and the hidden language of the human mind. And tell me in the comments which of these zones surprised you the most. Which one do you think you've been overlooking? I'd love to hear your experience. Until next time, this is Amelia helping you understand music, not just how to touch, but how to connect.